Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Kranvagn. It's a tier 10 Swedish heavy tank located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka. This one is under the command of Awppenheimer. Now this is a tank that was originally based on the AMX-50, the French tier 10 heavy. There was no prototype built of this vehicle, but they did have a variety of other vehicles such as the Emil 1, the Emil 2, the Emil 1951. So they did design a thorough range, but they never got put into production. It's very front heavy on the armour, on the front of the turret. The hull is fairly weak, but it's got an autoloader, 3 shots, 120mm caliber, capable of 440 alpha. So it's very, very strong if it's only poking its turret over the over a ridgeline, because it's got 12 degrees of gun depression. But the problem is that it's actually fairly weak on the sides of the turret. So if you can actually get a shot into the sides, oh, that TVP skidded to a halt when it saw the rounds fly in its direction. I suspect that his sixth sense went off, and at that moment he realised he was under fire. The standard clip reload time is 21.05, and Awppenheimer's got it down to 19.07. It's quite good for 3 shells if you think about it, because it works out at under 7 seconds per shell. Now there is Arty in this game, but it's only one. The enemy's got an M53 and 55, so yeah, that could be problematical, because that Arty's got a fairly fast reload and a very good ability to switch targets quickly. Okay, Indian Panzer, 90mm gun. Oh, didn't take that one. The Skoda T27's got no armour, so yeah, he's going to take some damage. Well, he's fired all 3 of his rounds. He only got 1 hit out of all 3, which is surprising, because the other hits were, or the other aims were on target. It's just the shells didn't go where he wanted them to. But shocking RNG if you think about it. Okay, he's loaded. Fires the first one in, didn't pen the Indian Panzer. That one ricocheted off. His RNG, oh my god, the RNG is absolutely diabolical. Normally he's bang on target every time, and he would easily get, by now he should have done about, what, 3,000 hit points of damage in this game. But in actual fact, all he's done so far is 494. Well, that's better. Oh, he got a fire. Lovely. Well, that's given him an extra 600 hit points of damage. Okay, lands the seat, no armour, easy to pen. You can see the clip reloading time is actually 2.75 seconds normally. His clip reloading time, or intra-clip, is slightly lower. Okay, he's ready to go. Actually, it's got 2.75, so it must be the automated speed. And that's, you can't get any less. Oh, TVP. Yeah, no armour on him. Easy to hit. Yes, and he's got a kill at last. But he bounced 2 rounds that came from the enemy. And he was just aiming there for the Lanson C as he was retreating. You just lost sight of him. So, not bad so far. You can probably see by the front of the vehicle the rounds that have bounced off there, the green marks. Yep. Several rounds hit the turret, but nothing actually penned yet, because the turret is incredibly strong. 225mm at the front of the vehicle, but well angled, so it's actually effective armour is actually much higher. So, which makes it very difficult to pen. So you have to aim for the side of the turret if you want to get through. Oh, and he's got his second kill, the Lanson. So reloading again. You get 48 rounds of ammo. That could be a problem actually if you are sitting up front blasting away all the time. It just depends on how you play really, more than anything. It is a Ridgeline Warrior, this tank. Nice! He got the engine bay of the Indian Panzer and went for the ammo rack there. And he finally got him. So that clip was very much worthwhile. Finally got the sort of damage that you'd expect. He actually got over, I think it was just over, or just under 1,300 hit points of damage from one clip. So it goes to show you, see, that he could have actually had 3,000 off just those few short minutes. And oh my god, this is a good clip. Oh, but the last shot let him down, unfortunately. RNG said no. And he's only got one APCR round left, that's standard ammo. And now he's having to dig into the heat rounds because that's all he's got left. You notice how in this battle he was using his standard rounds first, then go for the premium. If you notice, there's a batch at 25 ton. Managed to get behind him. Yeah, he spotted it. That guy's over the ridge line. Oh, he hit him, but he didn't pen. And that's almost unbelievable on a batch at 25 ton because they do have virtually no armor. That's why they go so quickly. And they're only 25 tons in weight. But the other batch chat on our team took him out. So that's good news. There's only 4 enemies left, including their Arty. It looks like Awppenheimer's managed to get at least 20% of the enemy hit pool. He might have a high caliber. Go for the Object 257. Yes, good. Into the turret. Goes for the turret of the Conway, gets it. Goes back to the 257 because you can only see... Oh, the bad chat almost went straight through the field of fire. And there's only one enemy left. It's one of their heavies. It's the 257. And he's getting close because he's reloading. He might as well get close and get hits. Okay, it's loaded. There he is. Go for it. Go for the turret. And he gets it with one shot. That was a pretty good game by Awppenheimer in the Kranvagn. Here's the end of battle stats, and surprisingly that was only a second class tanker, and I think I know why. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He did get 4 exactly. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a bruise and medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10 in that one. And he did get the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And his win rate from that game was 8,467. When you're probably asking, how do I know why that was only a second class? Well, it was the amount of damage he did. Remember, he missed out on probably at least 3,000 hit points right at the start of the game because none of his shells were hitting the target. And look at this, he actually did 6,906 hit points of damage from that game alone. And that probably should have been around the 10,000 mark. And if it had been the 10,000 mark, that would have been an ace tanker. He picked up the high caliber, but the next highest scorer was the 705A on the enemy team with 4,016, followed by their T30 with 3,365. And in 4th place was the Object 257, 3,292. So the enemy team did have some fairly good players. But yes, I'm afraid that Awppenheimer was robbed by RNG in this one, most definitely. His shots were hitting home later on during the battle, but at the start, he was having a terrible time. 3 clips without any damage apart from that one shot. And he did manage to get the highest number of kills in the game with 4. 3 kills went to the standard B on his own team and the Object 257 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he got that one. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,093 went to Awppenheimer. 1,003 went to the standard B, who was obviously putting up a fairly good game as well. He's tier 9, so obviously he was getting extra XP for every tier 10 tank that he hit. And 889 went to the list, the CS52 list, the Fox. Also did a fair amount of damage, but remember, he's tier 8, so obviously he was earning much more XP than these two, really, for every shot he made. So there you go. He fired 28 rounds in that game, so he still had 20 rounds spare at the end of the game. 23 direct hits on the enemy, 17 penetrations, damage of 6,906 hit points, of which 5,457 were up more than 300 meters. Yes, he was sitting there in the center line. In fact, the enemy Arty just didn't seem to be paying any attention to him, which is really daft because nearly always, if I see a tank like a Kranvagn sitting near the center line, dispensing death by using his gun depression, I'll normally put a shell in his direction to try and ruin his day, because obviously he can actually be a game changer. And in this game, Awppenheimer was the game changer because he did so much damage to the enemy team, but he could have done a lot more. He actually received 3 hits from the enemy during that game and 3 non-penetrations. Those were the rounds that actually bounced off his turret. And as you saw, and he blocked damage of 1,200 hit points in total. Not bad. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and 578 hit points of damage assist. He earned 78,522 credits from the game, 39,261 for personal reserves, total of 117,783 credits. And to his credit, in that game, oh dear, that's terrible, isn't it, that pun? He actually used standard ammo until he ran out of standard ammo, and then he went on to the premium, and as a consequence he made a profit of 50,438 credits. So you can see Awppenheimer doesn't actually need to actually use the premium ammo. He only does it if he's marking, and therefore he needs the effect. He needs to absolutely maximize his damage in the shortest period of time as possible in order to achieve the results that means he moves up the scale. 7 enemy vehicles, 7 bonds rather for special ability. 7 enemy vehicles, what am I saying? 1,639 XP times 2 for the first victory. Same again from personal reserves. Took away 4,918 experience points altogether. That was a pretty good game apart from the first 3 clips. I think really that was diabolical. He was on target. Every one of those shots was on target. They should have hit. They should. But unfortunately, Wargaming was saying, nope. Yet you didn't hit the target, and it was terrible. This game could have been an ace tanker, but for the fact that RNG was saying no. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.